Hello Taurus, Sun, Moon and Rising, and welcome to my channel Attila Tarot. In this video we're going to look at what kind of energies you can expect in the month of December in the areas of money, career and finance. As usual, this is a general reading, so please take whatever resonates and leave the rest behind. And it's hard to believe that it's already the last month of the year, so I want to thank all of you who's been with me throughout the year. I'm really grateful for you. Alright, but let's jump into it with your oracle card. And the card that has a message for you today is vulnerability and freedom. So what this card is all about, giving your true self. Some of you are trying to hide certain areas of your personality, maybe when you go to an interview, maybe at work, maybe the way you negotiate. And this card is telling you that you're actually going to get free, you're going to get freedom if you show your true self. If you're being your authentic self, that's going to lead you to freedom and doors that's going to open for you as well. Alright, so let's see what the tarot is telling us. In the center of your reading, we do have for you the Hierophant. The Hierophant is, first of all, the card of faith. So have faith in yourself, have faith in the universe as well, because he is the connector between the heaven and the earth as well. But this card is also connected to institutions that are very traditional. They have a long history. So maybe some of you are working in an institution like that, or learning something can be like a university, or kind of like an institution that has a long history, or an organization. Community might be very important for some of you as well when this card shows up, or studying, learning, but also this can indicate a contract as well, because the Hierophant is all about making a commitment. The first card in your reading is the Ace of Cups. The Ace of Cups brings a new beginning into our life. This is the kind of new beginning that's very happy. You're very joyful about it. This can be a new creative project, or a new project, a new job, something that makes you really jump for joy, like you're very, very happy. But also it might bring you peace as well, because we have that dove on the card. Okay, so the next card in your reading is the Two of Swords. Two of Swords can signify a stalemate in a conflict, a ceasefire. It can be an indecision, kind of like when everything kind of stopped. Now, for some of you, if you're in a conflict, maybe right now there's no talking, or there's no fighting. But some of you might have to make a decision as well when this card shows up, and this is a very hard decision, because you're kind of going back and forth between the options. It can be two jobs, a new and an old one, or two new ones. Some of you might be considering going on your own, or whatever decision it is, you just have a hard time making it. And also you might need to consider, maybe there's another option that you are overlooking in this kind of this and that sort of thinking pattern. Now, also with the Two of Swords, very important to listen to your instinct, listen to your inner guidance, because deep down you actually know whatever you are want to do, what is the right decision. Okay, so the next card in your reading is the Five of Swords. Five of Swords is a card of conflict. It's a heavy conflict when everybody is in it to win it. Of course, it can be an internal conflict for some of you as well. But this is the kind of conflict where there's no communication, there's no collaboration. Everybody is really looking out for themselves and nobody else. And people might be losing, people might be winning, but also the people that are winning, they need to kind of look into themselves and think about it. Is it worth to win at all costs? Because the cost might actually weigh out the gains. Now, what's kind of interesting here for me when I look at this first column, because we have that Five of Swords of the conflict, And then you have on top of it the Two of Swords, which is kind of like the ceasefire in a conflict, and on top of it you have the Ace of Cups, which is making peace. I can kind of see here that there might have been some kind of a conflict where obviously there was back and forth, back and forth. Some of you might have been just wanting to be neutral in that conflict. And with that Ace of Cups, you're kind of making peace. You're kind of making a commitment with that Hierophant that, okay, this is how we're going to move forward. Maybe this is a business relationship, maybe this is at work, but there's definitely, I can see that from these cards. The next card in your reading is the Page of Cups. So Page of Cups brings messages, heartfelt messages, can be connected to dreams, but also can be connected to making peace with someone, reconciling, and it might be a surprise as well. So maybe there's a surprise here. Maybe you're kind of surprised that somebody is sending you an olive branch. So there might be that as well in these cards. All right, so we also have here the Knight of Swords. So Knight of Swords can be a person's energy or yours, or just the general energy of the card. This is a very impulsive person. This is somebody who kind of gets influenced by the last things, and they're always ready. They kind of they can be anxious. They're kind of ready to go for a battle at no point and just go against the wind. They kind of say whatever they think, even if it can cause issues. It's very interesting to kind of see all these swords being out and ready for battle. So there's definitely that energy of battle and combating here with each other or at work. But when you kind of look at the Knight of Swords, it is a very fast moving energy as well. So something might be happening fast, something it can also bring you a big change, maybe a new job, a promotion of some sort, or a change that you've been wanting. So there's definitely fast moving energy here. All right, but let's see what's going to be the final outcome of this reading. But before that, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe and hype if it's available. That's an indication that the reading helped you, and you can also help me to grow this channel to make sure that the message gets out to those who need it the most. For you, it is only costing a push of a few buttons, and I hope that you already pushed those like, share, subscribe, and hype buttons. And don't forget about the comment section. Let me know how this reading is resonating with you. Where are you watching from? And put in some affirmations into the comment. For example, you can put in that I try to communicate and collaborate better as well, and I give my true self, my authentic self. All right, so the next card in your reading is the Tower, which brings you a quick, sudden change, something that turns your world upside down. It's quite chaotic. This can be connected to, again, maybe to this conflict that we talked about, that something is really shocking, surprising happening in it, especially when you combine it with that Page of Cups. But also the Tower can be connected to restructuring. So maybe your organization is going through restructuring, which causes chaos. It can be also that it can be connected to job loss, or somebody is walking away from a job, like just on a thought, because you just had enough of this fighting or whatever this climate is, right? So what's really important is that something happens suddenly out of the blue and it turns your world upside down, but it also frees you. Right, so I think one thing to consider, that the Tower is freeing you from old habits, old traditions, old structures, because that's what the Hierophant is. It's representing some kind of an old structure here, where you have all this fighting around it, and then the Tower kind of brings you this freeing moment. Okay, so let's see what else we have here. I'm really glad to see for you the Sun, because the Sun is the most positive card in the deck, and when it comes out in a reading, it makes all the cards more positive. So whatever I've been telling you, put a little bit more positive spin on it, because the Sun is here to enlighten you. The Sun is here to bring you positive changes, abundance, luck, and all the great things in life. So especially that it is connected to that tower. Whatever this tower is, let me know in the comments. But with that sun, you're actually going to get out of it really, really well. So I kind of sensing that this is a very positive shock or surprise for you, that you're going to get out of it really well. Like that's kind of what keeps coming back, that you're going to get out of it really well because you have the sun right at the tower. So don't be afraid of it, whatever this change is. And the next card is the Four of Wands. The Four of Wands is a card that brings you a new chapter in your life. A new chapter where all the doors are opening for you. And you are celebrating, you're achieving a big milestone with it. So what comes with that this can be a new project, a new job, a new business of some sort. What's really important here that this is very, very celebratory, and this is kind of like when you are connecting with like-minded people. It might be just simply indicate a get together at work, but this is like, again, I'm kind of getting the doors are opening for you, because this change, whatever is represented by the tower, it is opening some new doors for you. That's what I'm kind of getting. It is freeing you. Now I want to kind of call your attention to the original Rider-Waite, because the tower is actually showing up in the background there as well. But there's very different things between these towers. From the tower card, people are kind of falling out, people are forced out. But on the Four of Wands, people are actually walking out. So it's kind of like an interesting mix of liberation. There's definitely liberation here. But there's this kind of mix of forced and also mix of voluntary as well. Well, that's kind of what I'm sensing. Maybe some people are forced out, some people are able to decide whether they will walk out or not. But let's see what is at the bottom of the deck. Well, the bottom of the deck we do have the Judgment card. And the Judgment is also a card of getting freedom, freeing from structures, but it's very different from the Tower. You have practically quite a few cards that are talking about freedom, but in different ways. On the Judgment card, what you're getting is really that you're kind of reborn. You're rising from the ashes. You're realizing something. You're recognizing something that's gonna, what is that your true calling? How you want to continue your journey. It might be as well that, maybe there's a promotion of some sort. Because the Judgment can indicate that, they're watching you, they're evaluating you, because maybe there's something better, some kind of an opportunity is opening up for you. Now the Judgment can be connected to a legal process as well. So maybe if there has been some kind of a termination or anything like that, you can expect that everybody's gonna get whatever they deserve. And there's one interesting thing, or a few interesting things that I want to kind of show you with these cards. Right, they kind of mean different things, but there's one thing that connects them. You have the vulnerability and freedom. The Tower frees you as well, forces you into new structures, but gives you freedom. The Four of Wands, you walk out of something and it gives you freedom. And you also have the Judgment that provides you some kind of a freedom. So I think what's really important here, that you're gaining some kind of a freedom here that's going to be very good for you. Oh, and I forgot, even the Sun has the theme of the freedom as well. So whatever these old structures, whatever these battles, conflicts were, you're going to be catapulted out of it and you're going to be freed. All right, let's see what we have from this deck. You have here the Sister Moon, guided to the light. Well, we have here the Sun, hidden opportunities, dark places, emerging, full plate. So what this kind of tells us, that obviously there are some dark moments here, which, you know, we have the Five of Swords, we have the Tower, that can be not easy. But you're emerging, you are and I was saying you're catapulting as well into some new opportunities that are coming out of the blue, right? There's some kind of a shocking new opportunity that brings that comes to you. All right, so let me know in the comment what it is for you, and I hope that this reading helped you, and I'll be able to welcome you again. And I want to wish all of you a very happy holiday season and a happy new year as well.